Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Coach Larry Beecham here at Legendary Marketer. Welcome to the Monday night webinar. I'm excited to be here. I am every Monday night excited to be here, so that's never going to change. But tonight I have the special pleasure and honor of introducing an amazing woman speaker tonight. Steph and I have been working together quite diligently here at Legendary Marketer. So before I introduce her formally, I want to kind of welcome everybody that's here. If this is your very first time on one of our Monday night training webinars, thank you so much for being here. For all of our regulars, thank you for your continued support. Let me start with an amazing announcement that I want to let all of you know. The content of the webinars is now available for you to actually redistribute as an affiliate with your affiliate ID attached to it so that you can generate leads, which obviously turn into customers. In other words, these Monday night webinars can now be leveraged as a tool for you to build your Legendary Marketer business. So there's a little bit of a technical way to do that. If you're in our Facebook group, I'm going to send some info out about how to make that possible. But in other words, if you love what Steph is sharing tonight, you'll be able to take this webinar and now use it as a way to generate leads and content. As a matter of fact, it's not just this one. We're going to upload all of them for you to be able to individually give out as independent content, as a supplement to what it is that you're doing, as bonus, whatever you want to do, whatever you think it can do to help you out, you'll now be able to do that. And our daily wake-up call, if you're not jumping on that at 10 a.m. Eastern, you should be. That also has an archive link that everyone that we've done, or at least the ones we've captured in the manner in which we can do it in the archive, is now also made available for you to not only review, but send that out as content for you to be able to generate traffic and leads for your business as well. So we're constantly adding new dimensions of what we want to offer you here at Legendary Marketer. My mission as the director of training is simple. I want to create and deliver digital content, live events, and real-time support so that whoever is here to hit a financial goal, you want Legendary Marketer to be that thing. I want it to be so good to you that you don't have to think about going anywhere else. This is your home. And we have thousands of people who've claimed Legendary Marketer as their home, and I hope that you will as well. So so let me circle back to the wake-up call. In case you're not getting on it, it's Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, and it's a 15-minute call Monday through Thursday. And on Friday, our guest speaker tonight co-hosts that with me because it's Free Coaching Friday. She and I tag team and answer your questions live. So write down this phone number in case you want to jump onto the wake-up call. It is 563-999-1286. Now, you can dial into that number Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, or you can go onto our business page on Facebook and catch the live stream. You can search on Facebook by searching Legendary Marketer Official. That's our business page. Like the business page, and there's other great content and training on there already, but that's where you can catch the live stream of the wake-up call. Got nothing but great reviews and people raving about the motivation and inspiration Monday through Thursday, and certainly getting your most pressing questions answered on Friday is certainly worth coming out for. And even if you can't talk, come and listen on Friday to hear the questions being asked so that you can get answers you didn't even know you needed or needed and just couldn't ask because you can't get on there because you're on work or whatever. Okay. So with that being said, let me go ahead and formally introduce tonight's speaker. I want to give her as much time as she possibly needs. All of you listening to me as part of Legendary Marketer are affiliates. You're here as an affiliate marketing the Legendary Marketer opportunity. The question is, are you hitting your income goals? Are you moving towards becoming one of our top producers? And top producer is essentially two ways to look at that. It's either how we see a top producer, which could be somebody who's making multiple $1,000s a day, or whatever it is that it takes for you to get off your job or pay off your bills or get more freedom or whatever you're after. That's also the definition of a top producer. So you pick the one you think is best. Either way, if you're not there, tonight's trainer and speaker is going to help you get that much closer. She has more than a decade of experience in this industry. She is a six-figure earner of her own. Obviously, when we talk about money, I got to throw in a disclaimer. Results are not typical. We're not guaranteeing you'll make six figures. Obviously, it takes a lot of hard work, dedication, and commitment and perseverance. However, we do plan to equip you with the right stuff to give you that shot to build that strong and profitable business so you can be profitable. So with all that disclaimer stuff, she's the real deal, and that's the point. That's why she is here. That's why she's doing the Free Coaching Friday with me, and you're going to see more and more of this young lady. So ladies and gentlemen, Steph Perez, my buddy. Steph. The floor is yours, my friend.
All right, I am here. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes.
All right. Hello, everybody. I apologize if my lighting is wonky in here. For some reason, it's just not cooperating.
You're
But I
great.
promise.
You look great. Don't even worry about it.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Larry. I promise to bring the goods. I am an absolute lover of this industry. Okay. I love it because this industry transformed my life. And I made myself a promise when I first got started way back in 2007. And that was once I truly began to figure this out and I began to have success for myself, that I would make my journey about helping other people really begin to get this and understand it for themselves, right? So from the very, very beginning, I just constantly gave back the knowledge and the information that I picked up for myself. Anything that helped me, I gave back to help another person. 10 years later, I'm still doing that. And a big tip that I will give you as you dive into this industry, or maybe you're struggling right now and you're trying to make sense of all of this, right? The more you give away, okay, the more you get to keep. Like the more I read a quote while I was at a restaurant this past week, and it said something like, you're never gonna go broke by giving, right? And that was such a wake up and like an aha moment for me, because sometimes in this industry, we try to hoard everything to ourselves. And what I can tell you is I've made so much money in this industry by truly being a lover of this industry, taking a lot in for myself, applying it and getting results, and helping other people getting results as well, right? So I promise to deliver the goods. Make sure that you have something to take notes with. And as you take notes, remember, okay, it's not about what you take notes on, right? What you take in, but what's more importantly is what you decide to take action on. Speed of implementation will always be your biggest ally in this industry, right? There's no use of taking in all this information and then getting off of a training session and then talking yourself out of taking action for fear, right? When it comes to your game plan, when it comes to knowing what it is that you have to do, when it comes to finding that groove and getting in that groove, you can't get in that groove. You can't find that groove. You can't define your blueprint, your strategy, your game plan until you begin taking action and discovering what works for you and what doesn't work for you, right? What you want to build your success on and what you want to take away, right? So you just have to trust the process and just begin taking those baby steps, right? So as you take in this information, right, put a little star or highlight the areas where you're like, you know what, I got to take action on this. I got to make this a part of my business. And then in fact, go out there and do it. Okay. So I want to start off with a quote. And this quote, I didn't even know this quote existed, but this really has been like the kind of like the motto of my business for so long, right? Is in this industry, I've never really been like the how-to girl, right? I was never the person that did a bunch of PowerPoint or, I don't know, tutorial videos until very recently. I always believed that people really needed to learn the strategy of the business, and they really needed to understand just truly what needed to be done, right? Because I remember when I was first getting started, I didn't have a bunch of tutorial videos. I didn't have a bunch of how-to videos. All I knew was that there was something that I had to do to get a result. And then I just went out there and figured out how to make it happen to get that result, right? So that's always been the style that I like to teach, because I believe that if you can teach what needs to be done, right, then the entrepreneur in you, the resourceful person in you, will find a way to go out there and make it happen. Right? So I want you to, if you have never heard this quote, maybe it'll become your motto like it's become my motto, but it's by George S. Patton. And it says, don't tell people how to do things, tell them what to do and let them surprise you with their results. Right? So don't tell people how to do things, but tell them what needs to be done and let them surprise you with their results. Right? So what I'm going to share with you tonight is definitely more of the what, right? What needs to happen. Right? What you need to be doing, right? And then you need to fill in the blanks with how you're in fact going to get that done. It really is no one's job to tell you this is how you generate leads, right? Because there's more than one way to generate leads, right? No one's going to tell you this is how you need to email your list. Why? Because there's so many different styles and concepts and theories on how often to email your list, right? No one's going to tell you how to post on Facebook or how to shoot your videos or how to do all these different things that we can do inside of our business to get a result, because there's more than one way to skin a cat, Okay, the fact of the matter is you just need to know this. The cat needs to be skinned, right? And you need to figure out how to get it done. Same thing is true in this business. All you know is that you have to get off of your job, right? You've got to save $10,000. You've got to make $100,000, okay? That's what you know needs to happen. Now you need to fill in the blank of how you're going to make that happen, right? You have the what, now it's the how, right? So what I want to break down first for you, in case you're brand new here, is first understanding how making money online works. A little backstory on me first, right? So I got started way back in 2007. I knew nothing about making money online. I was working full-time as a nurse, and I had failed in traditional MLM and network marketing for many, many years prior to 2007. We relocated from California to Florida. I went to nursing school, and during that time, I didn't do anything business related, right? Got my license, started working as a nurse, and started getting an entrepreneurial itch. I just knew that there was no way that I was going to push a med cart, for 20, 30, 40 years, I wasn't going to do it, right? So I decided that instead of going the traditional route like I had done for so many years, I didn't want to do hotel briefings or any of that stuff anymore. I wanted to find a better way. I came online, right? And that's where I discovered a forum, which led me to a MySpace profile. That MySpace profile led me to YouTube. Now, if you are a big thinker, if you're someone that understands strategy, you should have written down what I just shared with you, right? Because I just shared with you how someone like me discovered the internet, how someone like me discovered another person's affiliate link and bought something from someone back in 2007, right? I almost even gave you a roadmap, right, of kind of what you can do to attract people to you, right? So I started off in a forum looking for information. Okay, someone's information led me to a MySpace profile, which in 2018 could very well be a Facebook profile, right? And then through just kind of hanging out on their profile led me to YouTube. And that's where I discovered people making money using simple YouTube videos. So my thought process was very simple. If it worked on me, I'm going to let YouTube videos work for me. And that was my chosen marketing strategy from day number one. Okay, I didn't care what I did and did not know. All I knew is that it was an incredible way to convey a message and to get people to buy into what you were doing. And I figured if it got my attention, got me to take action, that I would allow videos to work for me. And that's how I got started, right? I didn't try to circumvent what I knew to already work. I got over my fears, right? I didn't even allow myself to be fearful. I just began getting started like immediately, right? And guess what? It worked on me. It worked for me. And in my first 30 days, I was able to make 27 sales online as a complete newbie. First 30 days online, knowing nothing, made 27 sales, right? So for me, it's important for you to understand how making money online works, how the process works. But what I also want you to know is the manner in which I built my business for 10 years has really been about affiliate marketing or taking other people's products, services, opportunities, right? And wrapping my brand, wrapping my passion, wrapping my message around other people's products, services, and opportunities, and making a boatload of money through that, right? So for 10 years, I haven't created my own products. I haven't made six figures by creating my own products, creating my own programs. I haven't done it through coaching. I've made money through those things, right? But I created the bulk of my money over these 10 years by taking other people's products, services, and opportunities, right? And wrapping my brand around it, doing certain things on the internet to attract people to me who are looking for the solution that I had to offer. Right, and that's what I want to share with you today is understanding how all of this works and how it can begin to work for you, right? And to let you know you don't have to be a whiz kid, right? You don't have to be tech savvy, right? That if there's simple ways to get the job done, and what's more important is understanding how it works so you can begin putting the pieces of the puzzle together to allow it to work for you. Okay, so how does making money online work? Very, very simple. Okay, so in the middle here, right, we have the money. We have the result that we're all looking to get to, right? We're looking to make a sale. We're looking to gain a customer. We're looking to acquire something, right? This is the result we're looking for, the money, right? On this side of the money, we have over 200,000 people every single day that are out there looking for alternative income solutions. Okay, we've got to understand this, right? There is no saturation. Lose that idea, lose that thought right now. Every single day, over 200,000 people come to the internet, looking for alternative income solutions. People are open to more. They hate their jobs, they hate their bosses, right? Their businesses are failing and they want more money. They're trying to figure out how to do it, right? So understand, if you have an opportunity, if you have a solution, there are people out there that your opportunity and your solution would fit. On the other side of that, okay, you have various ways that you can connect with these people. These people are someplace looking, right? Whether it be Facebook, YouTube, Google, Bing, forums, blogs, whatever. These people are someplace looking, right? So what you've got to figure out is how you're going to use various exposure strategies or traffic strategies to bridge that gap, right? So now you're connecting your opportunity, your product, your service, whatever it is that you're selling, right? You're connecting people to that, and they can learn more about what it is that you are doing, right? Where most people go wrong is they don't connect their opportunity with other people, right? They never really get the traffic component down. They never really understand how to put information out there to bring people to them, right? And that's what I want to really cover with you today, how I've been able to do that, the formula that I've used over the 10 years that I've been online, and most importantly, why it's so important, okay? When it comes to the internet, please understand something. There will always be strategy and there will always be tactics and gimmicks, okay? Now, I'm not saying tactics are bad. There's always a tactical approach to doing something, but your business should never be reliant upon a tactic or a gimmick, right? Your business should always be reliant upon a strategy. So if I were to break down my business, okay, that way you really understand what I'm sharing here, is the strategy of my business is communication, right? Because I use YouTube videos. YouTube videos is the tactic. It's the method in which people find me. It's the platform in which people find me, right? But my strategy, right, is the power of communication. Sharing a message that inspires them, that empowers them, and makes them want to know more about what I have going on, how I'm making all this money and having all this success as a busy wife and mom, right? So that's my strategy. The reason the strategy is so important, and I really, really, really need you to understand this for the sake of your business, right, is that I can't put everything on YouTube, right? YouTube is a platform that's been amazing, right? But is YouTube guaranteed to be here next year, 10 years down the road? Maybe, maybe not, right? YouTube could go away. But as long as I still own this strategy of being able to communicate and inspire people and empower people and tell a story and to get people to take action, guess what? I can take this strategy and I can go anywhere. I can go to Instagram. I can go to some new platform that might emerge. I can go offline and still build my business. Why? Because I have a strategy, right? So it's really important that you build your business around a strategy and not just a tactic. Tactics and the tactical way of building a business could come and go at any time. The great thing about a strategy is once you understand a strategy, right, you can flow back and forth from different platforms as well, right? So even though I might not know anything about Instagram, for example, because I understand the strategy, I could go to Instagram and probably pick it up really, really quickly, right? Because I understand strategically I'm looking to communicate with people. And now all I have to do is figure out how Instagram, right, works and what the rules are on Instagram, abide by their rules, and then get out there and begin to share my story, right? I hope that really, really makes sense for you, okay? Because I don't want you to get caught up on, oh my gosh, there's no way I could do YouTube videos, or there's no way I could do this, okay? I want you to listen to why things are working, and then you fill in the blanks on how you're gonna get it done for yourself, okay? So I followed a simple model inside of my business, right? Because a lot of people have that question of, I'm just getting started, right? That's great that I have found a product, found a service, found an opportunity, right? That I didn't have to create, that I invested in, right? Or that I was able to snag a link from. And I believe in this, I'm passionate about this, right? But I've gotten no results. How in the heck am I going to get out there and begin trying to convince people to join me? You know, what kind of story, what kind of message do I have to share? So glad you asked. So when I got started, and what I teach my partners to this very day is a concept of documenting your journey and sharing your journey, right? You can never, ever, ever go wrong if you err on the side of, I'm just going to take action. I'm going to document my own personal journey, and I'm going to share that journey with other people. When I got started in this industry, I kicked off my journey as a complete newbie, with a 90-day to prosperity journey. Okay. Now, I don't encourage every single one of you guys that's on this session to go out there and kick off a 90-day to prosperity journey or challenge. If you're going to do something like that, name it something different, right? You want it to be authentic to you, right? So I kicked off a 90-day to prosperity journey, and my whole focus was to document my journey and to let people know the process that I was taking to go from being a complete newbie on the internet to reaching a level of prosperity over 90 days. I think it was actually 100 days is what I chose, right? So, and the reason I set that up, it was brilliant to me, is because I knew that people would love to watch and follow along something like that. And number two, I knew that it was a great way to hold myself accountable, right? That I would be committed to learning, I'd be committed to taking action. And as I took action and got results, whether the results were good or bad, that I would have some place to show up and actually share those results. And I kind of had this mindset when I got started. And my mindset was that I just refused to believe that I was the only person out there in my situation and that felt the way that I felt and that wanted to go someplace different and wanted to achieve something different. So I knew that if I just committed to documenting my journey and sharing my journey, that I would begin to connect and reach and attract people that wanted to go where I was going, right? That would want to be a part of what I was a part of, that would want to come along this journey with me. And like I said, by making that simple commitment in my first 30 days, I was able to generate 27 sales. Right? So if that does not get you fired up enough to say, you know what, I can do that. I'm on a journey for myself, right? I'm learning things every single day. I'm taking action. I can document my journey, right? And then I could flip on a stupid video or a camera on my phone and speak for a minute or two and share what I learned for the day, share the results that I got inside of my business, right? See, what you need to understand as somebody newer is that there are a lot of people out there that actually feel a lot more comfortable doing business with someone who hasn't had a high level of success. Because in their eyes, someone who's had a high level of success doesn't really have the time because we're busy, we're caught up in a lot of the things that we're doing. But someone who's just getting started but demonstrates leadership skills, guess what? Oh, that person will have the time for me, right? So there is power in being new. There is power in not faking the funk and acting like, you know, you're achieving all of this money or making all this money at this time. There is power in you being okay with where you are right now and letting people know that you are on a journey, right? And that reminding them that every big guru out there that's making any kind of money was once where you were as well, right? There's nothing wrong with reminding people of that, because for them, that will give them the okay, and it will allow them to feel good with getting started on this journey as well, understanding that everyone has to start from someplace, right? So documenting and sharing my journey was how I got started, and it's how I'm helping a lot of my partners get started as well, right? So there's no weight of feeling like I haven't made money, what do I talk about, right? Don't talk about the money, talk about your journey and where you're going, and use that to attract people that are looking for change in their life as well, right? All right, so the next area that was really important to my journey, and I think for you as well, this to me makes business really, really fun, right, is always tapping into your true authentic self. Always being 100% true to who you are. See, I'm a firm believer that there is somebody out there every single day that's dying to hear my story, right? That's dying to hear your story. So I would be doing them an incredible disservice if I acted like Larry, or if I tried to be Dave Sharp, right? Or if I tried to be anyone other than myself, right? So all I know is I've made a lot of money being me, okay? When everything I read about YouTube videos said, you know what, you really want to keep your YouTube videos to 5 minutes or under. I said, oh, okay, I'll do that. And I didn't do that. My YouTube videos are crazy long, right? Crazy long, like well over 10 minutes. But guess what? People contact me all the time and say, Steph, I just got done, you know, binge watching 15 of your videos. And when they say that, I know that I got a winner. I know that I got someone that truly gets me, because they spent what, 10 minutes times 15, you know, in front of YouTube, watching me, listening to me, buying into me, right? So there will always be rules out there of what you should or should not do. But you know what? You should ask yourself, like, who made these rules? I understand there's analytics and there's all kind of things, you know, behind the scenes that tell us, you know, what's going on. But see, I'm a firm believer you can't say the wrong thing to the right person, right? So I feel like if I'm going to do a short video, I feel like I'm going to just be there to sell something. And that's not my style. My style is, I believe that people are beat up every single day by life, every single day. And I believe that sometimes they just need to be inspired. I'm getting goosebumps right now. That sometimes they just need to be inspired. They need to be reminded there's something more out there for them. So I stayed true to my authentic self. And here's why. Is because as I took action as a brand new person and people began to partner with me and contact me, there was a common denominator between what the majority of people said when they contacted me. Steph, you inspired me. Steph, you motivated me. Steph, you made me feel better about getting started. You made me feel better about where I am in life right now. You inspired me. You empowered me. You inspired me. You empowered me. You motivated me. And I said, well, hot dog, maybe I kind of found my thing in this industry. Maybe I kind of found what's going to work for me, right? And because people kept saying that about me, I made it a part of who I was. Like, I was like, okay, I'm just going to stick with it. It works. So even though I was constantly told, make your video shorter, say less, I was like, I'm not. I'm going to do what the people seem to like, right? And the people, I say the people are my people, the people that like me and dig me, right? So as you're going through this journey, just understand, right? There might be a vibe or a particular feel to a product, service, or opportunity. It doesn't mean that it has to be your vibe or your feel. That's what I love about affiliate marketing, is that you can take someone's product and you can wrap your personality, wrap your brand, wrap who you authentically are around it, right? And attract people who are looking for what you have to offer, right? It's brilliant. So that's probably one of the biggest tips that I can give you is be authentically you every step of the way. Because at some point that will be tried if you're not being you, right? At some point you'll go to an event, at some point you'll talk to somebody on the phone, and I love being able to tell people what you see on video is what you will see in person, is what you will get on the phone, right? I am who I am, who I am, who I am. That's just how it is, and that's what I want you to be as well when you're out there building your business, okay? So now I'm going to move into a little more of the steps that you want to take. Again, not how to, but what needs to be happening on the logistics side of actually building your business, right? But I believe that what I shared so far is so important because so many people get started and they're lost because they're trying to be somebody else, right? They're trying to fit in some kind of mold, right? And I'll be honest with you, if I can on this, I mean, I hope I don't say anything that offends anyone, but this is the real deal. And I think someone out there probably needs to hear it, you know, and if you needed to hear this, please hit me up on Facebook and say, yes, Steph, I needed to hear exactly that. But in 2007, okay, there wasn't a whole lot of me on YouTube, if you get what I'm saying. There wasn't a whole lot of me, okay, on YouTube when I got started, right? Big curly hair, brown skin, there just wasn't a lot of me. So I questioned myself initially, and I was like, is there really room for me? Like, is this like a space where maybe I should not be diddling and dabbling in? But I said, oh, what the heck, I'll do it anyways. But understand, there were many days where I'm like, wow, is my hair too crazy? You know, should I get weave? Should I look a certain way? I questioned myself a lot because I didn't see a lot of people like me doing this. And what I didn't realize as I kept going and going and going, okay, and this is not to toot my own horn, but it's what I know to be real, is that I paved the way for a lot of people to feel good with doing videos themselves, right? I paved the way for a lot of people to say, you know what, I can do that too. People have contacted me over the years and said, you were the one that inspired me to start doing videos. So if you think that because you look a certain way, you talk a certain way, you know, that you are a certain way, that you can't do videos or you can't put yourself out there, you're wrong. Right? So I felt like there was so much against me, you know, when I was getting started. I even had, you know, people that looked like me that said, listen to the way she talks, she's not black. Like, I dealt with a lot when I was getting started, right? I had people that would comment on my forehead, right? Like, literally comment on my forehead on my videos, right? That could have been enough to take some people out. But I just simply said, delete, let me keep on moving, right? Because obviously my forehead wasn't stopping other people from taking action with me. So I say that because it's really important for you to understand that I haven't always been who you see in front of you right now, that I still had to overcome a lot of obstacles, right? In building my business and on my journey, right? So I just don't want you to think that you can't get started by putting yourself out there because you look a certain way, because you're a certain ethnic background, you know, because you have a big nose, a big forehead, big lips, small eyes, slanty eyes, curly hair, whatever the case may be. You need to know that you are enough, right? And there's someone out there that's dying to meet you, that's dying to see you, that's dying to say, oh my God, if she can do it, I can do it too. Or, oh my God, She reminds me of me. He reminds me of me. I can do this, right? So you don't hear a lot of people out there talking about this stuff, but I feel like I was put here in this space, in this industry to talk about this kind of stuff because it is the stuff that stops a whole lot of people from taking action, right? And I don't want it to be the thing to stop you, right? So always tap into your true, authentic self, right? Okay, so moving into the logistics, okay? So step number one, okay, we talked about there were over 200,000 people out there on any given day that are out there searching, right? It's important that you understand what these people are doing. What is their behavior, right? I used this example many years ago on one of my coaching calls with my clients. And I said, you've got to think about the internet as real estate, right? If you were to open up a McDonald's franchise, okay, think about the kind of money, the kind of investment it would take to open up a McDonald's franchise, right? And they said, okay, it's time to choose your location. Where do you want to build your McDonald's franchise? And you're like, you know what? I heard it's really, really cheap way out in BFE, right? Anyone know what BFE stands for, right? Basically a place where nobody goes. There's no one out there, right? It's way, way, way out there. But because it's cheap, you decide that's where you're going to build your McDonald's franchise. What's the likelihood that your McDonald's franchise is going to succeed? Okay? It's likely not going to succeed, right? Because people need to be able to get to where you are. And if you're in the middle of BFE, okay, even though it was cheap, okay, it does not serve you, right? The internet is no different. You've got to go where the people are. So you know what? I've shifted my focus big time, right? And I don't talk about free or paid traffic. I talk about understanding where the people are and being where the people are. If that means you got to invest money on, some high profile blog, so that people can see your banner, then do it if you know the people are there that you want to connect with, right? If you know that the people you want to connect with are on YouTube and they're searching for a certain search term, right, then learn how to get yourself positioned on YouTube. You got to understand where the people are and the behaviors of the people, and then you got to decide to claim your stake of the internet real estate, right? So you can gain that traffic, okay? So stop thinking of it as I don't have the money to pay for traffic. Instead, ask yourself, where are these people, right? Where are they? And how can I get a piece of the real estate so they can see what it is that I'm doing? Number one thing you want to tap into that is content creation, right? Understand at all times that content absolutely makes the internet go round. Okay, you will have people say paid traffic, and there is a time and a place for paid traffic, but you need to understand something. Just like a magazine or a newspaper, right? You don't open up a newspaper and it's only filled with ads. There is legit content in newspapers, right? The ads only work because it's supported by the content that's there. Okay, the internet only works. The internet can only make ads or make money from ads because why? Their platform, the Google platform, the YouTube platform, is supported by tons and tons and tons of free content, right? Blog posts and articles and videos, right? When Google first came out, it wasn't all about ads. They did have ads, but there always has been a ton of free content on Google, right? YouTube wasn't all about ads when YouTube first came out. I don't even remember any kind of paid aspect of YouTube way back in 2007. It was all free. Right? So you've got to ask yourself, what kind of content am I going to contribute to the internet to attract some of these 200,000 plus people on any given day that are out there searching? Now, content can be blogs, content can be videos, content can be things that you post on social media, content can be pictures you post on Instagram or on Pinterest, right? So you want to think about where the people are, right? And then think about what kind of content you're going to contribute and create on a consistent basis to draw people to you. For me, okay, it's been YouTube videos because I understand that YouTube is the second largest search engine. And I understand that when somebody wants to know something or learn something or discover something, they go and they search for it. And I just figured if they're going to search for it, then you know what? Let me put myself out there and err on the side of, hey, they just might find me. So for 10 plus years, I've just been putting videos out there, attracting people to me as they go out there and search for certain things. Again, because I understand how the internet works and how things work. You've got to understand the same thing, right? So if you enjoy pictures, if you love taking pictures or finding pictures and creating pictures, and Instagram might be the great platform for you, but you need to figure out how Instagram works. How do people search? How do they use Instagram? What's their behavior when they're on Instagram? That way you understand how your content can serve your audience on Instagram. And you also have to figure out how you're going to grow an audience on Instagram as well, right? So content creation is king. Never, ever, ever forget it. There's not one successful person that I know on the internet that doesn't have a business backed by content. They may tell you that, oh yeah, I built my business through solo ads, but if you go out there and research them, I guarantee they have a blog. I guarantee they also have some YouTube videos up there. I guarantee you they also have a presence on social media, right? So understand, content will be the foundation of your business. Your content that you create will support every aspect of your business. And if you don't have content, you will lose to people who do have content. Why? Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm diving so deep. Larry, please stop me if I'm diving too deep with this, right? But this is something that I realized many years ago, okay? Is that when someone runs a paid ad, okay, and this is not to discourage you, but it's so important that you understand how the internet works and how people work, right? I can't tell you how much traffic and how much money I've made from other people's paid ads for my free YouTube videos. Because somebody will receive an email ad from someone they don't know. They'll go to their website, right? They'll even opt into their list. They'll check out the business, but they don't know the person that's connected to that website or that capture page or that email. They've never seen them. They've never heard them, nothing. It's just a name. So what does an inquiring mind do? They go out there and they search. So if they got an email about a company and they're very curious about it, where are they likely going to go? They're likely going to go to YouTube. Right? And if I'm in that same company and I've done a review video on that company, who do you think they're probably going to join when they're ready to pull the trigger? Probably the person who was able to give them some insight on that opportunity. Are you understanding what I'm saying about content here? Content is stinking king. And the sooner that you learn how to use content and understand how content supports your business or it's going to support someone else's business, you will start creating content. You will get out of your own way, right? And you will understand that you are the biggest deal inside of your business, okay? You are the biggest deal. People are not joining links, okay? They are in fact joining people. Now, I'm not saying you can't make money through solo ads or anything like that. But what I'm saying is when somebody wants to know something, okay, if your email was not enough, they will go out there searching. Wouldn't it be awesome if you had content out there supporting what it was that you did? That if somebody went out there and researched your name or your company or your product or your service, that they have the potential of finding your name attached to it, right? Giving some training, offering some value, being the face or the leader behind what it is that you're marketing, promoting, or selling. That's who people are joining, right? So number two, you always want to make sure that you are in lead generation mode. I don't care whether it's a free YouTube video or a paid YouTube video. I don't care whether it's a blog post or whether it's a banner ad on a blog post, right? I don't care whether it's, a search result on Google or a paid ad on Google or a paid ad on Bing or, a free post on Facebook. Wherever you're going to contribute content, wherever you're going to put out information, you want to make sure that 100% of the time that you are generating your own leads. It's never okay? I know there's no absolutes, but I'm a firm believer in this one. It's never okay to lead people directly to a sales page unless they're already on your list, right? And you're sending them back to your sales page because they don't need to opt in. They're already on your list, right? But when you're out there marketing and driving traffic and you're talking to a cold audience of people, you need to always be generating your own leads, okay? Your email list will be the greatest asset inside of your business, right? Because if YouTube shuts down, if all the solo ad providers go away, right? If your primary opportunity closes its doors, guess what you have? You still have your email list. You have a list of people that know, like, and trust you. You have a list of people that you can, send out an email and introduce them to your next deal, right? Or your next product, your service, your opportunity. So where a lot of things can be taken away from you in this industry, your list can never be taken away from you, right? It is yours. So always make sure that you are generating your own leads and building your own list, okay? And that's something that I learned within like a month or two of being online. Someone tapped me on the shoulder and said, Steph, I see all the phenomenal success you're having, but I went to your website and I noticed that you're not even capturing your own leads. And they explained to me the power that everyone that visited my website and didn't buy, that I had no way of being able to follow up with them. From that moment on, I committed to using a capture page, and I've been using a capture page ever since, right? So lead generation. Number 3, okay, is follow up. You want to make sure that if you're putting out content, you're driving traffic, you're building your own list, that those leads on your list do not just sit there dormant, okay? I'm going to break down to you again why that's so important and why it's been important for me over the 10 years that I've been online, okay? Is that I'm in an industry, I'm in a niche, as you probably are as well, right, of people that are looking to make money online. They're looking into internet marketing. Now, I don't know about you, but I know when I was looking, I had joined quite a few people's lists, right? And over the years, I've been on quite a few people's lists. We have to make the assumption that if someone is curious or interested about making money online, that they're not just on our list, but they are on a lot of other people's lists as well, right? So I always have had this motto, and it's the person that stays in front of their list or their leads the best ultimately wins, right? The person that builds know, like, and trust the best ultimately wins. The person that emails their list the most often and provides the most value ultimately wins, right? So you got to err on the side of, oh yeah, my email list, they're going to know my name. They're going to know my face, right? They're going to know my YouTube channel, right? They're going to know my, my catchphrase. They're going to know about me. And I love when people, call me and I'm like, hello, is this your girl, Steph Perez? Like, I love when people buy into who I am, because that tells me that they've been reading, they've been watching, they've been listening. And that's what you want to establish for yourself, right? These opportunities out there are great, you guys. Legendary Marketer is great. But guess what? As Legendary Marketer begins to grow and grow and grow and grow, you're going to have so many people, powerful people out there marketing and building it. You've got to decide that you're going to make a name for yourself, that there's going to be a unique kind of value that you offer the marketplace that no one else can market or offer, right? That you're going to speak to a certain audience that no one else can speak to, or that you do so well that nobody else would dare try to speak to that audience, right? So as you're building your list, it's so important that you stay in front of them the best. When my list grows on a daily basis, I tell myself, literally, I tell myself this every single day. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when, right? I don't care if someone is on my list for a year. I've had many people that have joined me a year or 2 years after joining my list, but because I'm committed to the process, right? I'm committed to content creation. I'm committed to building my own list. I'm committed to following up on a daily basis, right? Sometimes I pick up people that will join me right away, and other times people will join me, a year or 2 or months or 2 down the road. I don't care, because it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when, right? And I just commit to being that awesome in my own business, right? That's not to toot my own horn, but that's how everyone should feel about their business, right? I just look at it as, if you're on my list, you know what? You're going to pick me. And that's how you should feel about your marketing style and about your content as well. That's how good you need to get inside of your business, right? So follow up. And then the last area is leverage traffic, which now we kind of talk about more of the paid. When you think of leverage traffic, I want you to think of leverage traffic or paid traffic as being, you know what, I found a traffic strategy that works extremely well, and I want to be able to scale it up, but I just don't have more time to pour into it. Okay. For example, YouTube videos. Okay. I'm one person. I would never outsource the making of my videos. So in order for me to scale up my YouTube channel, I've got to pump out more videos, right? I got to either figure out a way to make them shorter so I can do more, or I got to decide I'm going to do more videos in a shorter length of time. Like, there's only me, right? So that involves more of my time, right? Now, let's say that you were to use like email traffic, solo traffic, or banners or something like that, pay-per-click. You discover a traffic that is working, so cold in your business. All you got to say is, wow, okay, so last month I invested $500 and that yielded X amount of leads and an X amount of sales. So if I dump $1,000 into it, it should give me this and it should lead to this. So you can't do that with content. You should always contribute content. You should always be sold out to content, right? But you need to have a way to also scale up your advertisement, scale up the traffic in your business as well, right? And you can, of course, start small and build up, okay? For many, many years, I built my business using free YouTube videos. I got to 6 figures a year on free YouTube videos, right? A lot of that was positioning because I positioned myself very smart in opportunities that paid me, right? Very, very leveraged income, right? I didn't do YouTube videos promoting $25 deals, right? I made sure that I was leveraged very well so that when I did make a sale, it was very, very significant, right? And that's how I was able to, build up a business that pays me 6 figures, right? But now guess what? By leveraging myself even better, consistently using YouTube videos, and now learning over the past year or two, I've learned more about paid traffic, and I have a greater appreciation to what's important in the overall, strategy of building an online business, right? So all of these pieces of the puzzle, they help you create a very, very strong and well-rounded online business for yourself. What I have seen over the years is that people might do, for example, they might pick up like a paid traffic strategy. When I first got started, Google Ads, Google AdWords, I think is what it was. A lot of people were really big on that and also Craigslist. And one day Craigslist changed their rules just like that. And the people that I knew that were making like $20,000 and $30,000 a month, I kid you not, and I'm not exaggerating. When Craigslist changed their rules, okay, their lead generation came to a complete halt, which means their income came to a complete halt, which means a week later, guess what? They were back working a job because they had no strategy. They were tactic dependent, right? That's sad. When you can build up that kind of income or create that kind of income, and because Craigslist says we're changing our rules, now your tactic no longer works, and because you have no strategy, you're back working a job. Same thing happened to a lot of people with Google. Okay, back in like 2007, 2008, I think maybe even earlier than that, right? They really didn't have a strategy. They were just reliant upon dumping a lot of money into Google, their ads running, attracting people. And then when Google said, we're not having it anymore, people's incomes came to a complete halt, okay? The ones that were committed to making it work, they figured it out. But a lot of people, guess what? They decided to call it quits. That was their sign that this was not for them, right? So you've got to understand when you decide to buy into the big picture, right, that this is your business, okay? If you open up a McDonald's franchise, right, again, that is almost like an affiliate type deal, right? It's not your product, it's not your service. You are buying into someone else's system, right? But guess what your job to do now is? Your job is to get it out into the marketplace and make sure people know where your store is. Are you going to rely on one traffic source? Are you going to rely on just a billboard, one place? Are you going to make sure that people all over your town, all over your area know that your store is there? It's not good enough they know that the McDonald's brand exists. They need to know where your store is, right? So how many arrows and signs and things are you going to have out there pointing to your store? Same thing is true online. That's why content is important, right? That's why building your list is important, because your email list gives you another point of contact with people. Right? That's why follow-up is important because it gives you another point of contact to send people directly back to your website or back to another place to learn more about what it is that you're doing, right? And that's why also having leveraged traffic, because it gives you another pool to fish from, right, of people that are looking for opportunity, looking for more, looking for what you have to offer, right? So Larry, I believe I am done. I think what I'll say in my part in closing is, as I scroll through earlier, you'll always have people that will pop on these sessions and they'll ask, this is the first time that I'm here. Does this work? Okay. It works if you work. If you decide, you might be looking at this and you might be saying, Steph, this is a lot of work. Yeah. You know what? I don't think anyone who legitimately has built a business online that pays them nicely, I don't think anyone has said this is easy peasy. I think that we all at some point have said it's a lot of work that you have to invest in, but it's so doggone worth it, right? Because take my videos, for example, right? My videos promote other people's stuff, okay? My videos promote Legendary Marketer as an example, right? I can be away on the weekend and guess what? My videos are still producing sales for me, right? I made a couple of $1,000 sales just this weekend inside of my collective business, right? From videos that were out there working for me, from people that were receiving my emails because they were on my email list, right? So when you get all the pieces of the puzzle working for you, you build a business that works independently of you having to be in front of your computer. Initially, it might seem like a lot of things because you're getting your groove. But once you get in your groove, right, and you realize, oh, I can shoot videos in the car. I can shoot videos while I'm waiting to pick up my kids from school. I can shoot videos, as soon as I wake up, sit on the edge of my bed. When you realize it's not about perfection, but it's about getting the information out there to connect with another person, to share your message, right, to document and share your journey, right? You'll begin to whip through this stuff and you'll just begin to find your groove. But just like I said early on, you can't find your groove sitting on the sidelines, right? You can't become the star of the game sitting on the bench, right? You've got to make sure that if you have an opportunity to play, that you get in the game. The great thing about entrepreneurship is we all have the opportunity to play, right? There's nothing saying that you can't play. There's no one saying that you're confined to the bench or that you didn't make the cut, okay? You decide every single day whether or not you make the cut by getting up and taking action and doing the things that you have to do inside of your business to drive and move your business forward every single day. So, Larry, you there?
I'm here.
So I don't know if anyone has any questions or if you have any questions, but if you let me, I'll just go. Because I love what I do.
No question. Well, Steph, I appreciate your incredible value that you delivered tonight. I just sat back and listened to you talk. I mean, you know, I'm gonna tell you that you really crushed the value when you mentioned your forehead. I just love messing with you.
Isn't that real though? But that's like the real stuff. Yeah. I've seen some crazy stuff out there, and people need to know that it happens. Expect it, but don't let it stop you.
Right. I mean, I got my own horror stories, but you know, the point is, this is what separates the people who really want it and understand the process from those who don't. And that's not to say that it doesn't take a person time to really understand and get it. But when a person is sitting behind their desk at work, pushing papers or pushing digital stuff because that's their job, or they're behind the wheel of a car of some sort because that's their job, they're out on the street because that's their job, they come into this world and they don't really understand. It takes a little bit of an evolution. It takes them to really appreciate that it's a different animal. But what's most important is, as you said, the word is content. Content is king. You said it best. There is in no way this whole entire training tonight is just that. It's content. This is why I said to open the call, this video, this training can be used to generate leads, expand your authority, increase your credibility, whatever you want it to be, because she gave some amazing value. And this applies to no matter what business you're in. It really isn't just about internet marketing. It's a universal principle that she talked about. Everything is content. All right. So I don't want to do my own seminar or webinar tonight, but I just want you to know it was incredible. I enjoyed it. It was very valuable. The emphasis on content, and especially when you talked about leveraged traffic or paid traffic, just how you built up to that understanding. A lot of people do speak a lot about that as the only way to go or all that. But I know, as you know, tons and tons of people. I mean, we're studying YouTubers now who don't spend any money at all. What they did was they spent enough time to understand how their market wanted to receive information, and then they delivered it that way. I think you could agree with this. One of our new favorite, or my new favorite Facebook business page to follow is called Nas Daily, or Nas Daily, N-A-S Daily. And this guy does a video that's a minute long every single day. And one of the videos I saw to introduce me to this guy was when he was telling his story of how he first started. He had this idea to put a video out every day for a minute. And the first couple hundred videos now, if you're doing that a day, you're approaching a year, he didn't really get any traction at all. He wasn't on YouTube. He was on Facebook. He didn't like YouTube. So he kept putting out videos, and then one day, I think after 350 some videos, a year into it, he finally got one that exploded. And that, from then on, has been his whole entire business now. Today, I haven't seen a video yet that hasn't had a few 100,000 views on it. So now he put a video out that's a minute long, a few 100,000 views later, because he built up his audience, he's now reaching people. But what is he reaching people with? Content. A minute a day. All right. Thousands of examples just like that. So wherever you might be starting today, it doesn't really matter. Just keep moving forward. Take what you learned tonight and all the nights that we train and teach, whatever's in your back office, a legendary marketer, and keep chipping away at it. Chipping away at it. We're giving you the real deal information of what really does work out here, and we want you to take action on it. So Steph, thanks again. I'm going to give you an opportunity to give any final thoughts, and then I'm just going to close the call out.
Absolutely. Yeah, the only thing I could think of in closing is, it's really important. And I was thinking of this as you were talking, Larry, is, think about to how you got started in this industry. What appealed to you? What got your attention? What was the thing that said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do this? Or what made you believe that you could do this? Why don't you just turn right back around and give that back to the industry as well? I meet people all the time that say how inspired, they were by my videos and how my videos helped them in getting started. And then they say, but I don't want to do videos. If you understand business, then you want to do whatever works, right? You want to get out of your way and you want to do whatever works. So if someone's telling you by sharing my story and just helping other people, I'm able to achieve X, Y, Z, and that got you going, right? You should be incredibly inspired. Like, you should be to the point where you can't wait to do that yourself, knowing that it can begin working for you as well. So just consider that when you think about how you were first attracted to this industry, because that's going to be a huge sign to you of what's working. And we simply need to do more of what is working and stop trying to reinvent the wheel out of fear, right? And not putting ourselves out there. So that's all I have, Larry.
And that what you gave yet again is awesome. So thank you, Steph Perez. I appreciate you, my friend. Everybody watching, go forth to victory. This training is a wrap, and we'll see you all tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern on the wake-up call. Have a great night. God bless.